Hello. Today I would like to continue on with a lesson on gerunds, but in this case we'll only be looking at preposition combinations just because they're so difficult to learn how to use properly. And I'm going to give quite a few examples. So if we remember from last week, a gerund is like a noun, but it has an ing on it. So these sentences are incorrect. My sister enjoys to swim. I have to say my sister enjoys swimming. Or he is considering to move to Seattle is also incorrect. The correct sentence is he is considering moving to Seattle. So remember that what we saw last week is that there are certain indicator verbs, enjoys or considering, and these indicators can be in almost in any verb tense that's possible for them to be in, if they're progressive or non-progressive. But they are followed by a noun with an ing on it. So I know it looks like a verb, but it's not a verb. So now we're going to get into the preposition and gerunds. Here are some sentences. Martin insisted to know where Sheila was. The correct form is Martin insisted on knowing where Sheila was. I am used to do my homework in the evening. I'm used to doing my homework in the evening. We are looking forward to see you this weekend is incorrect. The correct form is we are looking forward to seeing you this weekend. So remember, what is a gerund? It looks like a verb, but it acts like a noun, and it has an ing on it. As we said in the last lesson, a gerund can begin a sentence. It can follow an indicator verb, or in the case that we're really looking at today, it follows a preposition. So, what's so hard about that, you might ask? Well, think of the various combinations of prepositions and phrasal verbs in English. Just with the verb look, and I only took a few examples of the verb look. Look for, look over, look through, look up, look into. Each of these has a different meaning, and for example, look up has more than one meaning, so it's difficult to know which is the correct preposition to use, and then also to remember to follow that with a gerund or a noun. Well, a gerund is a noun. So gerunds follow prepositions when you want to use what we consider to be a verb. Again, it's not a verb, it's a noun. Here I have an example. He insisted on the truth. This is a noun. He insisted on knowing the truth. This is also a noun. In this case, both of them, the verb insist is followed by the preposition on. A couple more examples. They were talking about going to Mexico. It doesn't matter here that my verb here is in the past progressive. I have an ing and I have another ing. It doesn't make any difference. The fact is that since I have a preposition, I need to follow it with a gerund. They participated in cleaning up the river. Participate in English is followed by the preposition in, and because it's a preposition, I need to follow it with a noun, and that noun can be in a gerund form. So we have to learn them through practicing and being persistent and hopefully being patient and a little bit of memory. So a little bit of memorization. So I'm going to go through some common prepositions and some of the verbs or adjectives that we use with those prepositions. So these ones are followed by the preposition about. So to be excited about. I am excited about going to Saint-Cécile-de-Milton. I don't know. We are worried about having to stay in our house for the next 28 days. To care about, to complain about, to dream about. I dream about taking a plane and going on a scuba diving trip again someday. Talk about, think about. Think can be followed by other prepositions as well, but it's most commonly followed by about. Worry about. So we are worried about not finishing our project on time. Know about. So these are some common ones. Angry about. Next, the preposition of. These, again, are some of the verbs or expressions that are most commonly followed by the preposition of. So accuse of, approve of, consist of. You could say my job consists of helping clients choose the best products, for or themselves. He was found guilty of breaking and entering. Or instead of skipping class, maybe you could consider coming to class more often. There I have 2 gerunds. Are there more? Of course, there are a lot more. The preposition for, so apologize for, I apologized for hurting her feelings. To blame someone, S-O means someone. He blames me, so I need an object pronoun. He blames me for forgetting to lock the door. Or do you have an excuse? Do you have an excuse for not doing your work? In this case, we see I've turned my gerund into a negative by just adding the adverb not in front of it. Or thank you for helping me with this project, etc. Preposition from, again, these are some of the more common expressions that are followed by from, but of course there are many more. Once again, S-O means someone. Keep someone from. We stopped the thief from robbing us by calling the police. Here I have 2 prepositions, and each one of them you see is followed by a gerund. He has prevented the dog from running away again. Preposition in. These are really common ones that are followed by the preposition in. You might think, for example, participate. I know in French it's followed by a different preposition, which is why francophones make the error and they say I participated at the meeting or I participated to the meeting. And of course, Anglophones, we all make the mistake and we say j'ai participé dans la réunion, but of course that's incorrect. So it's just a translation error. So it's important to learn the correct preposition. I am interested in seeing how you do at the swim meet. Don't forget to conjugate your verb here. Did you succeed in completing your marathon in under 4 hours? You know somebody who's running a marathon and you want to ask them about their time. On and on and on and on. This is an expression, of course, but these are prepositions. These are words, verbs that are followed by the preposition on. We are planning on going camping over the Thanksgiving holiday. Here I have present progressive, so ing, going, ing, camping, ing. So this one is a verb, and these 2 are nouns. They're gerunds. We are planning on going. I need a gerund here. And then go plus a recreational activity, you'll remember, is also an ing. We are planning on going camping. Even though I asked them to stop, the students kept on talking throughout my presentation. So that's enough. There's so much more to learn about gerunds and infinitives. I'm going to give you a document in your Moodle page, and you'll be able to see a more complete list and have some practice exercises, more than what you can find in your book. So thank you for listening, and I hope that this has been useful for you, and I will talk to you later. Ciao!